Uh, uh, bitch.
What is up, peeps?
How's it going? It's been a minute. And yes, this is another vlog. We did sort of an update yesterday on the baseball game. And should be interesting because tonight I believe the Jays are gonna, well, we're gonna see if they're gonna be in a World Series. I think.
Tonight it's win or go home.
Yes.
Last night the Dodgers tied the series of 3, so Game 7 tonight.
Yeah, I was talking to my mom about it. She goes, "It's sad that they lost." I'm like, "No, they didn't lose. They're tied last night." So
Yeah, they lost the game, but that just tied the series.
So
tonight we find out who's going to be the World Series champs.
yeah, so we have that, but we also have Saturday night main event.
Right.
So we'll be more focused on that. Got some Popeyes on the way.
Hi.
And I'll change my shaver. Anyways. Yeah, so yeah, not much is new from yesterday. Like we talked on Facebook chat.
Yeah.
And I did watch the Maven interview with Vince Russo.
Right, yeah.
And you know, that guy gets a lot of flack for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But whether he was truthful in that video or not, because he's like, "Oh, I like Jim Cornette. We just fuck around a lot." And I'm like, "No, I don't know about that, but okay."
Yeah, exactly.
And then he talked about Hulk Hogan and how he thought Hogan was a nice guy, despite the, I think, Starrcade 2000.
Yeah.
Which he said, to be fair, it wasn't Hogan's fault. It was more or less WCW.
Which I could see that.
So yeah.
I was watching Ups and Downs of SmackDown earlier, and Simon Miller was talking about how SmackDown was fine for what it was.
Oh.
Like, it wasn't a great show, it wasn't a terrible show, it was, no. You could watch the show and enjoy it and maybe get something out of it, but like, it wasn't really, like I said, it wasn't great, it wasn't terrible, it was just kind of in the middle.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that's kind of what's going on with WWE right now. Like, they're losing a lot of their stars to being injured.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of lacking. I don't know what tonight's going to bring.
Yeah.
So there's that. It's just... And I didn't watch Raw because even though Simon Miller said it was a good show, I just don't trust it, I guess.
And I mean, see, that's the thing. You watch a review show about it, or watch highlights of the show, and you go, "Oh, I might want to watch that," and you either watch it and you like it or you don't. That's the way it goes.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. Like, I want to form my own opinion.
Yeah.
But sometimes I guess it helps to hear other people's opinion. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, like, nobody's going to share the same opinion on anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it is. Some people are going to like certain things that other people aren't going to like, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
But anyways, yeah. And again, I still have to watch the episode of Dynamite from Wednesday. Haven't watched that yet. I didn't watch last week's either.
Right.
So that shows that I'm trying, but it's a slow process right now for some reason, and it's not that I haven't lost interest. It's just I haven't really gotten around to it. There's my show is coming back, so I'm watching those instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Saturday night main event tonight,
Yeah.
and then
Yes, we talked about
goes up to
it last night. Saturday night's main event last night, or Saturday night's main event tonight. Next Friday, 14th, is Turning Point,
That's right. Yes.
and then the
Wonderful.
22nd is Full Gear, and then the end of the month is, of course, War Games.
Oh yes. Yeah, and this year just keeps on going.
Exactly right.
Like it's gonna be December before we know it, and I'm trying to find a background for our Christmas special that we should be for holiday special rather.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Anyways, and then we think of what we can do for a video idea,
Yeah.
which I kind of have in mind. We'll talk about it, but
Yeah.
yeah. So there's that. But yeah, it's just like I said. I keep saying. It just seemed like it was January not too long ago.
Yeah, I know. It seemed like it was January not too long ago. Here we are, beginning of November.
Yeah. Fuck 2005. 25.
Not 2005. 2005 was 20 years ago.
Yeah, I would have been 21.
Yeah, exactly.
Had it from my grandparents. Anyway. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight.
Yes.
Obviously. And then, we'll have to do that AAA paper.
Yeah, we'll have to do that AAA show at some point.
There's another idea.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting better and better.
Because I was just thinking, next Friday, the 14th is in 2 weeks, because next Friday will be the 8th of November.
Right.
Or, anyways, yeah. So maybe sometime, or maybe next Friday we can watch it, or next weekend we can watch it, or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We were watching the WWE Vault last night, the Halloween special they did, I guess. And it's mostly Kevin Sullivan stuff. I don't know if he's an underrated genius or not, but
I would say yes, honestly.
because when you pay attention, like when you watch his interviews, like he's very much got the, what do you call it, psychology down.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He was one of the first guys in professional wrestling to bring heavy metal into, or scary, spooky stuff into the business, which I thought was cool. And again, like watching the vignettes, I'm like, why hadn't I watched any of that? Like when I was a kid. Like I don't know.
And see, I think a lot of people will be familiar with Kevin Sullivan and with his work in WCW.
Yes.
Anything prior to that, I don't really think a lot of people will be familiar with. I'm sure a lot, like, back in the 80s, maybe 70s, 80s, like, our generation probably wouldn't know about Kevin Sullivan's work before, WCW.
Right.
You'd have to like look it up. Yeah, like you had Kevin Sullivan, had the missing link, had Batista as Leviathan,
Yes.
had Humongous, and I only know a little bit about him for like wrestling in Memphis and whatever. And then there was a few others that were like, oh, I didn't know about that guy. Didn't know about that character, if you will.
Which is great for me because you know more than I do in terms of pro wrestling.
Right.
Unfortunately. Because, I mean, when I was growing up, I would go to Jumbo Video and see all these other wrestling tapes, and I'd be like, no, I want WWF. And, like, I feel stupid now because I'm like, I could have studied New Japan, let's say, or All Japan, or whatever they had
Yeah.
on the shelf, but whatever.
Right, yeah.
I mean, that's what YouTube is for, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it was cool. Just, Buzz Sawyer,
Yes. Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer.
guy who was like, had this weird camp and all these Rottweilers and just the vignettes back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Was just like,
Oh, I know.
There's nothing like today. I mean, the closest I would probably say would be Bray Wyatt in NXT.
Yeah.
His vignettes. And then, honestly, I can't remember who else.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The thing I still remember is watching the Broken Skull sessions with Undertaker and him talking about getting trained by Buzz Sawyer. And, here's Buzz Sawyer, this rough and tough, rugged man that was fairly well built. He wasn't, super jacked, but he had muscle. He was, he had the look of a wrestler. And went to shake Sawyer's hand. He's like, man, shaking hands with Buzz Sawyer was like shaking hands with a wet rag.
Yeah.
Had nothing but no backbone behind it, if you will. It's like, how does that correlate? A burly, rugged, tough bastard like Buzz Sawyer having a weak ass handshake.
Yeah, that doesn't make no sense.
I know.
But I mean, that was just it back then. And you had to be tough to be a trainer.
Oh, yeah.
At some point. Like, I mean, that's just, like, that's what I don't get about people that don't like wrestling or hate wrestling. Is that, it's just like, it's not taken seriously and it's all fake and all that shit. Once again, it's choreographed, but also these people work their ass off.
Yeah, exactly.
In the gym. Yes, most of them do take enhancement drugs. However, not a lot of them do anymore.
Yeah.
Because of what we know now.
Exactly.
But you look at the moves that they do, and it's trained. You got,
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Like I'm watching Dylan
Postal, I believe.
Postal, the Stephanie McMahon show, and they were talking about like backyard wrestling.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's why we had to, back in 2007 or whatever, have those do not try this at home.
Right, yeah.
Because people, and I know people who did backyard wrestling or put the mats on the grass and they tried to do like suplexes and all that shit. But I don't know what to say because, I mean, they're still alive.
Well, see, here's what I was just thinking. You see so much about, don't try this at home. These moves are dangerous. They should only be done by trained professionals. And yet, you have guys like the Hardys, Seth Rollins, Enter Mox, Sammy Callahan, all these guys that, did some sort of backyard wrestling. I mean, fucking Matt and Jeff built a ring in their backyard. It was a trampoline, but they used it like a wrestling ring. They had their own, like wrestling federation and stuff like that. Look at where they are now.
Uh-huh. Once again, talk to your kids. Like, you're the parent. You know what you know what to do as a parent. I hate these people that have children and they put them in front of the TV and they don't explain, hey, don't do this. Like, I remember when I was 10, there was a story about a little boy that got killed because their sibling was watching Power Rangers and him and a bunch of friends were throwing rocks at this kid and killed him.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's like, are you serious? Like, once again, we're the parents.
Well, see, to me, that falls under the category of why would somebody. Essentially, the kid got bullied because he's watched Power Rangers. And it's like, can a person not just enjoy what they like on TV? Whether it be the, the Power Rangers or whether it have been Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z, anything else like that. Like you can't you pelt kid with the rocks and you kill him over the Power Rangers.
Oh no, I think they were pretending to be the Power Rangers.
Could have been.
No, they weren't, because this was like, that was shocking to me that this happened. Once again, that shouldn't have happened. The parents should have been there to supervise, because obviously there is some psychological bullshit. Like my younger brother and I used to play Batman. Never hurt each other,
I feel like, okay, nowadays there's going to be a lot more supervision with, parents and children, whether that be if they're playing with, their siblings or their friends or whatever. Back when our parents were growing up, it was, hey, Mom, I'm going out with my friends. I'll be back when the lights come home. Okay, honey, see you later. That was it.
Oh yeah, I mean that back in the 80s and 90s, that was the norm. Like, you had your parents smoking in the house if they smoked, or things were just, we didn't think about it. Just leave
Exactly.
a can of beer or something on the table when kids are present.
Yeah.
Or I don't have any other examples, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, nowadays, hopefully it's not like severe. Like, you don't really hear any stories anymore about kids doing things and copying off of the television.
Yeah.
Or movies, rather, as well. But I know my brothers and I wrestled, and I know that it was, a little bit rough at times, but
Yeah. Like, you're not trying to, purposely hurt each other. It's just you're goofing around and you may accidentally elbow get elbowed in the face or something like that. Like, you're not intending to hurt each other, but
no.
Chances are you may accidentally, punch your brother in the face or elbow in the face. Or
I will say that when I was in elementary school and we were like role playing or whatever,
yeah,
we couldn't even do this.
Yeah.
We get in trouble.
Yeah.
In the schoolyard. Like,
yeah.
Understandable, but I don't know. It was a different time. Maybe that was ahead of the time because of violence. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was gonna go outside, but it looks so. It was snowing a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a wet snow, and now today, when I woke up, it's pretty good. It looked sunnier, but cold. So
Yeah.
it's definitely fall, obviously now. November better be.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, yeah, I can't think of anything else to talk about.
Yeah, like Matt said, there really there really isn't much that's changed from yesterday to today.
Mhm. So next week we will be back doing some more videos,
Yeah.
and we'll have much to talk about. But yeah, we'll have more ideas, and we still have look back at 2000 to do as well.
Right.
So there's just a bunch of ideas that are going around our head, I guess. So we'll have to figure out when to do them. And
Yeah, exactly. With having so many wrestling shows to cover lately and doing projections for them, it's like, okay, we have other ideas for things we want to do. It's just, when can we do it?
yeah, so
Because at some point, we may start 2000 look back at year series, you know, do the holiday episode, you know, do a play by play. I'm sure real live play by play for the AAA show.
Yeah.
So we'll just take it as drag one thing at a time.
Yep. So with that, this is me, Matt, Killer Kyle. We will talk to you next time.
Yeah.
This is
Later.